I'm Angelica and I will make my Easter basket cookies. I will demonstrate how I use these ingredients and how I understand using fractions to make my recipe. So the first ingredient that we need are 2 sticks of butter. This is more than 2 sticks of butter, and each butter stick is 8 tablespoons to make 1 whole butter stick. To understand how to have my 2 butter sticks but with 1 whole butter box here, I will need to get my tablespoons and take 1 out by 1. But it's way easier to use a butter stick. So I will be using 2 butter sticks. I need 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 eggs, 1/4 tablespoons of salt, 1/4 tablespoons of baking powder, 1 1/2 tablespoons of vanilla, 1 cup of brown sugar, and some chocolates to make my cookie. So first I'm going to put in my 2 sticks of butter, which is my 2 sticks of butter. 1 stick, which is 8 tablespoons, which multiply that by 2 to find out how many tablespoons I need, which is 16 tablespoons to make how much butter I need. So now I'm going to mix up the butter till it's nice and fluffy to get ready to put in the eggs. Let me see if this is fluffy enough. So I have to have it fluffy before I put in the eggs, which I need to mix it some more. Okay, so let's see if it's fluffy. So now that this is mixed, I'll put in my 2 eggs. I'll put it back to mix for a little while. If you're making this recipe and you see that it's a bit chunky, make sure you keep mixing it till the chunks get mixed into a liquid. Since mine is a little bit chunky, I will mix it some more. after this is done mixing, I'll put in my 2 1/2 all-purpose flour into the mixture. Okay, now once it's ready, I will put in my flour. So once you have your flour in, don't put the setting too high on your stand mixer, or else all the flour will go anywhere. So I think you should start with a normal level of stir. Once you see the flour starts getting in chunk bits, you can put the level a little bit higher. Let's see how it's going. Now that all the ingredients are now forming kind of like a solid instead of staying as a liquid, you can take it out and see if it's the right texture. All of it starts getting scraped off the sides of your bowl. That means you can now put in the sugar, which is together 2 cups of sugar. It's a lot of sugar.
Are you loving it? You gotta love it, don't forget.
Now, oh wow, this is turning out really nice. So now, as you saw, it was easy to take off these edges since now all of it was forming together as the cookie texture you want. So next you put in your 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Your 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And your 1 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Once you have all of that together, make sure you mix it again. After a while, you'll see it's going to start looking doughy.
Mix it more.
Make sure you scrape it all off. So to make these chocolate chip cookies, we need to add the chocolates, which I'm using 8 ounces of milk chocolate. Once you add in all the chocolates, you have to let it mix again for a while. So once everything is already mixed up, you're ready for the oven. So to make the Easter basket kind of form, you have to make sure you have to have a cupcake pan. Then you have to put this inside the cupcake pan, but don't flip it over and make it as a cup. That's not how you're supposed to do it. You have to have it as if this is cupcake batter, but it's not. So you have to fill the whole cupcake, and since this isn't a cake, it won't inflate. So you have to just fill it up all the way up. So when you take it out of the oven, it won't have the shape in. So as soon as you take it out, you have to get a cup measure like this and form it. After a while, don't pop it out immediately. Don't take it out immediately. You have to have it dry for a little until it won't crumble. This is how I use fractions to make this cookie dough. Now I'll make the baskets. This dough can make up to 24 cookie baskets. If I use 1/8 of a cup per basket, 1/8 times 8 can make 1 whole cups. So now I get the 1/8 and put it in. If you put in each 1/8 for the basket and it doesn't cover the whole thing, don't worry about that, because later we're going to use a spoon and push it down so we can have that basket effect. So the oven's done reheating. After you fill up the pan with your dough, you have to smush it so it can look more like a basket, like this. Once you have them smashed, you're ready to put them in the oven. You have to have them for you have to have the heat 350 and put them in for 15 minutes. And after those 15 minutes, make sure you check on them. If they're they look golden, they're ready to be taken out. For the filling of the basket, I need 1/3 cup of whipping cream and your favorite chocolate bar, which mine is this. I'll use 1/2 of it, which looks like this. So once the whipping cream is boiling, I get the chocolate, put it in there, and wait till it melts. So then, when it turns dark and your chocolate bar has melted, you have your filling ready. To make the basket form, I will use a measuring cup to push down like this, all the way down, to make the basket form. Like this. Once your cookie basket's dry, you can pour in the filling, the chocolate filling that we prepared earlier, and 1/8 teaspoon of it. Then fill up every basket with the filling. This one can use a bit more. Once you have them all filled in, let them dry. Let the filling dry out for a little. And then add your toppings. In this case, I'm using sprinkles and some chocolate eggs. And once you put all of that in, your final result will look like this. Once you're done with this final step, you can enjoy it. Thank you.